Synthesis of colloidal nanoparticles is dependent on temperature, pH, inert atmosphere. Here is a very important term called as nucleation. Nucleation is wherein a small particle is built up to become a comparatively larger particle by building up on that smaller particle. तो एक छोटे से पार्टिकल के ऊपर डिपोजिशन कर करके उसका एक बड़ा पार्टिकल बनाया जाएगा. That's the process of nucleation. Please understand that when you're trying to synthesize nanoparticles, it begins with a small nuclei, with an extremely tiny particle, and that small nuclei grows to form the actual nanoparticles that we work with. This happens on the basis of the concentration of chemicals that is available in the solution. So if you are making use of silver nitrate and you are making use of a chemical agent which will reduce silver nitrate to the level of nanoparticles, initially it will begin with a small nuclei which will be built up to form silver nanoparticles. And that depends on what's the concentration of the reagents. As you gradually increase the concentration, you will see that it reaches a point where the chemicals have become super saturated, which means it has reached its utmost limit of the concentration. Now we need to understand that at this concentration, there is a process which takes place which is called as Ostwald ripening, wherein larger particles are formed and they are formed at the expense of smaller particles. Which means that in this case, you won't have smaller particles, you will see all larger particles which have been formed due to the aggregation of the smaller particles. Okay? So छोटे छोटे सारे particles को जोड़कर हम एक बड़ा particle बनाएंगे. That's called as Ostwald ripening. So this process is either called as aggregation or it can also be called as ripening. Now it is obvious that we wouldn't want to have larger particles, we would want to have dispersed nanoparticles. That is much better. Because smaller the size is, better its properties are going to be. So we want to avoid this kind of an aggregation or this kind of ripening which is going to take place due to nucleation and growth. क्योंकि जितना ज़्यादा आप bulk production करने की कोशिश करोगे, उतना larger particles बनने के chances ज़्यादा होते हैं, because they have the ability to aggregate. So we want to stop this. So if you want to stop aggregation, you will have to do some coating purposes. You will have to do some capping. So you will have to cap the particles, you will have to coat the particles with specific ions or with specific chemicals which will not allow these nanoparticles to aggregate, which will not allow Ostwald ripening from taking place, such that nanoparticles are present as dispersed small particles and not as larger particles. Because the moment they become larger in size, then the entire purpose is lost. So we want to repel these particles from each other. We don't want them to aggregate at all. So you can make use of some chemicals to do so. You get an instrument called a spin coater. Spin coater के इस्तेमाल से आप nanoparticles को specific chemical से coat कर सकते हो, such that they don't aggregate, rather they repel each other. This process of coating the nanoparticles with chemical is what we call as chemical capping. Obviously, whatever chemical you make use of for coating, it should not bring about any kind of interaction between particles, because then the purpose is lost. So it has to be an inert chemical, that's non-interactive chemical, and it has to be stable. Such an example of a chemical is trioctyl phosphine oxide, which is called as TOPO. This TOPO is held as a solvent at 300 degrees Celsius, and this can be used for coating some of the nanoparticles, which will help not to aggregate the nanoparticles and keep them in dispersed small sized particles. There are several such chemicals which will be utilized, but TOPO is one of the most common nanoparticle coating chemicals which has been utilized in the past. In the next video, we will try and understand what are the other aspects related to the synthesis of colloids, wherein we will also understand methods which have been developed by different scientists like Langmuir-Blodgett method. We will understand what these methods are in more details in the next video.